All right. Good evening, viewers, and welcome once again to Freak 24. And this is 60 minutes. And today I have a very short recap of what has transpired in Kasipul. I hope you can hear me clearly. Uh, we want to go into Kasipul and see what really transpired in that particular constituency. And the nominations for ODM are over, as you all know. And I am here to bring you an update of what really took place. A constituency that is at a crossroads of, legacy, violence, generational change, as I told you yesterday. The ODM primaries are over, and Boy Oweri has emerged victorious. But the story is far from settled. We have the elections which are coming in November 27th. That will be the by elections. These were only the party primaries for ODM. And remember that that area is predominantly on ODM zone. But a lot of things transpired in this nomination process, which I I sincerely believe that it was flawed, it was planned, and there's a lot of rigging. And at some point, we saw school girls actually voting. This is democracy denied for the people of Kasipul. Now, when you see schoolgirls participating in a process, then it tells you that this is serious. This is serious. I'll share with you some of those videos of schoolgirls participating in the process, and then you also let me know what you feel about this particular situation in uh, in Kasipul. Now, thank you very much for those who are joining us, and asanteni sana, karibu sana kwa uh, Africa 24. If you've not subscribed to our Africa 24, this is a segment that I have within Africa, and it's called 60 Minutes. Go to YouTube and find out Africa 24 and make sure that you give us a like if you like our commentary on political matters. Here, we give purely unbiased civic education for our people so that they can make wise decisions come 2027. Now, Boyd Were takes a victory lap, winning the election. So that is Boyd Were after winning the ODM primaries, and this is how they fared on. Boyd Were got a total of 18,210 votes. Newton Ogada, who is his closest rival, got 3,037. Daniel Majiwa got 621, and Abel Otaman, Dr. Abel got 430 and 63. And we talked yesterday about the radio presenter Jojo Tieno, aka John Buta, only managed to get 39 votes. Now, the people of Kasipul have spoken, and it is clear that they really wanted the son of Ongornowere to win. Although So that is Boyd Were taking a victory lap after winning the nominations on an ODM ticket. Now, this exercise was marred with a lot of violence and voter suppression. Uh, Thank you, Undengu George, MC Ndegu George. Asante sana for joining Africa 24. Make sure that you subscribe on this particular channel for you to get this kind of analysis. Now, first things first, I told you that this exercise was very violent. One of the aspirants' vehicles was stoned at some point. We saw schoolgirls voting in on this process. I'll show you the video right now. These are school
Babake kokura.
these are school kids. Let me just begin from the beginning. Now, you see, these are literally school going children. I think
Yung election pay what to give go.
this is
In bed mo.
this should be maybe a prime. I don't know whether it's a secondary school or a primary school.
We jogo kokura.
They are
Ni
voting, and the voices
kinleng.
in the background they are saying that let them vote. But in 20, on
Babake kokura.
in the coming by elections, they'll deal with them. Now look at this kind of nonsense that is happening in our politics. Now I don't know what you call this. I don't know whether the
Bana
ODM,
niko kinyagoyo bana niko kinyagoyo. Niko
ODM,
kinyagoyo no. Niko kigo no. Niko
but
kigo. Bana. Hapo nikina ngono. Niko kigo. Niko kigo. No.
now this
No.
is a
Niko
scuffle.
kigo. Niko kigo. No.
So, what is your take on this particular by-elections that happened in Kasipul? I really want you to tell me what you think of these by-elections that has just been concluded. Now, in Kasipul, schoolgirls are voting. Polling stations were moved from the usual polling points to schools, to chiefs camps, and to churches. So academic schedule clashed with the civic with elections, uh, and we saw the results. This is democracy delayed for a moment. Maybe in November there will be a free and fair election, but I don't know. What is your opinion? That do you think that IBC will conduct a free and fair elections in Kasipul? If I give you my opinion, you'll say that you will some of you might not agree with me, but majority will tell yes, you have a point. Uh, Violence was the order of the day for you to take control of the ballot boxes in such a by-election. And Boys were a team. Reported armed gangs scattering voters in areas like Mosocho. Those allegations were made by the Boyd's team. There was a lot of accusations from also Newton, who complained about the delay, and the officials did not even know whether the process was today. And now, who controls these nominations? Is it the people uh, or the powerful individuals within the party? So that is what you saw. This battle was between the governor and the rest who don't agree with our policies. And our deputy was supporting the candidates who lost. Uh, I didn't see them campaigning on the ground, so I don't know whether it was They were scared to come to the ground and campaign for their favorite candidates, or it was rigged in advance such that there was no point of even campaigning. Boyd Ware's victory is a continuation of his father's legacy. It's an awakening of Ongondowere, and he has secured 18,210 votes. Even all the votes combined of the other losers cannot even come halfway of what Boyd Were secured. His closest rival managed only 3,000 votes, you know. But this wasn't just a tribute to the late father by the people of Kasipul. Yeah, Boyd, who is Boyd Were? Boyd Were is a commerce graduate, a student, and he really campaigned. I saw him campaigning on the ground. If it is a matter of campaigning, I think he did more campaigns than any of those candidates who were there. His campaign machine was well oiled. His win is giving the youth a mandate to make a difference in politics. You know, this is the Gen Z era. So this is one victory that augurs well with the moment. So ODM, at least they have now the youngest member of parliament. The youngest member, if he wins, he will be the youngest member of parliament in the Orange Democratic Movement. Now, this ODM culture of violence, it's getting too much, and my fear is that in future they will not even have candidates who are going for that ticket because history has stained the party that was favored by the constituents. Now I think not everybody, if you want to really look for a party to contest, ODM is not a preferred first choice to most of the candidates that I've spoken to. Boyd's win offers a chance to reset, but will the party embrace any kind of reforms or repeat the cycle in uh, in 2027? So we wait to see whether this party can reform uh, or it will be the usual chaos, fightings, uh, and sometimes even people end up losing their lives. The by-election should be free and fair, uh, uh, and in November 27, they have a date with the people. It is a test for the IBC under the new management, and we will see how they are going to perform. Will ODM protect its own integrity, or will Kasipul youth and women vote without fear? I'm Zalendo. I'm telling you that the voice of the people of Kasipul really matter at this particular moment, and they should be given a chance to exercise that democratic right. Now, we also have a candidate who seems to be very popular. He's called Aroko Good Life. I've said he's a digital candidate, candidate, and Aroko Good Life is really trending on the social platform. He's gone viral even after being arrested in by even after being arrested as a suspect of the murder of the late Ongondowere. He's come back and he's strong. But is he a serious contender for this race, or is just a distraction without a ground strategy? Or the digital buzz will soon fade? Now, he is the guy who is going to face Boyd Were in the by-elections on 27th of November. Now, remember, Boyd is being supported by the governor. The deputy might decide to back Aroko or just keep off. Boyd is backed by Gladys Wanga, who is the governor. Whispers are that Magwanga is supporting Aroko. Kasipul by-election is a proxy war for Oma Bay's 2027 gubernatorial race. ODM must manage this tension, or otherwise, they risk what we call an internal impulsion. So everything might explode in 2027, and there will be no walking back. They might lose so many seats in many, many areas. Now, in closing, the mandate of Kasipul is more than the constituency. It's a mirror of our politics, our pain, our potential. ODM stands at a crossroads, and they must reform, and they must reform urgently. Otherwise, they'll meet the wrath of the people in 2027, and even most likely in this by-election. Remember, in all majority of all the by-elections, they have given direct tickets to the next of kin. This is something that is been going on for a while. They are doing it very, very selectively and very, very cautiously. It is within their rights or within the party constitution, rather, that they can choose the kind of process that they want. But being a democratic party, the way they perceive to be, then they need to allow the people to exercise their rights. Now, this is a caution. In cosmopolitan areas, this is Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru, and partially Kisumu might not be that much. Let me just leave Kisumu out. But all these towns, Kisii, Migori, all these areas, the ODM candidates will struggle a lot. Nairobi, mark my words, mark my words. In Nairobi alone, I can tell you that there are swing constituencies in Nairobi that might go anyway, anywhere. That is Babu Wino. If Babu Wino he leaves Embakasi, that seat might go to any other person. And then we have Langata. Langata is can go anywhere. Then we have Makadara. Makadara has been a swing constituency. At times is swinging this way, and is swinging to the opposition. At times is swinging to the ruling coalition. So these are the constituencies that I am 100% sure that ODM needs to really think of their strategy. And I know their nomination process, as you have seen, is just the same. It's just the same. Chele Lameko, asante sana for joining Afrique. Asante sana. And many others who are joined on Tembei TV. Make a bold step and give us a like on YouTube. Go to Afrique 24 and like, give us a comment there. so that I'm able to hear what you are saying on the background. We have a good conversation here on the Afric platform. If you agree with me that ODM does not have a chance in most of the cosmopolitan towns, with this kind of symbolic nominations that they normally conduct, then they will have a problem come 2027 in most of the areas. Now we have also seen in their strongholds, in their strongholds, like areas like Kasipul, where they just ought to leave it for the people to decide on the candidates that they want. They still want to dictate to the locals that this is the candidate of our choice. I mean, it doesn't work out that way in a democracy. This is a nomination whereby mm, every other member who wanted the political ticket of ODM either chickened out like Aruku Good Life, knew that this thing was going to be shambolic and he opted for independent. Now the problem is after you lose on an ODM nomination, you still can't come. You wouldn't come back and win. So people like Newton, I think they will just be counting their losses. The cars have been damaged, and then you look at it. Is it really worth it? Sometimes you look at politics and then you see that. Is it really worth it? When you see scenes like this one, then you ask yourself that is hii siasa ni kitu ya maana kweli? Look, this is
Election paper
hii
to
sasa ni
withdraw.
nomination.
In bed
Hmm?
mos Kichandi.
Is it really worth it?
We jogo go kura. Nick in
Hmm?
ling. In ling.
Is it really worth it?
Wawagi go kura.
Guys, I'm asking you a question there. Yeah, is it worth it? And you look at a situation like this. These are kids. These are people of underage voting.
Bwana Niko Kinyaga oyo, bwana Niko
These are
Kinyaga oyo.
voters.
Niko Kinyaga oyo, no.
What is this?
Niko Kigo, no. Niko Kigo.
Hii ni gani tena?
Hapo ni kinangono. Niko Kigo. Niko Kigo.
It is very sad.
No. Niko
Very,
Kigo.
very sad. Very sad to see a nomination process in a school, and then all those girls are voting, and probably they are voting for one candidate, and this is maybe a polling center that was not even marked as an official kind of polling center, and the votes will be counted. So the process of nominations, these parties cannot get it right. These parties cannot. A few, I think UDA is almost getting it. UDA, most of the time, I think they are doing a free and fair nomination process. Not perfect, but at least it's a reflection of what the people want on the ground. We saw people like Kinatoto coming into into parliament, and that was a good gesture. Now, with this process being flowed like that, would you still trust yourself to, you know, you paid 250,000, you paid 250,000 only to find school girls going to vote? Eh? I think these candidates need to demand their money back. Yeah, andika barua, itisheni pesa yenyu bana. This is quite symbolic. This is not a true reflection of the biggest party in East and Central African region. Nimekataa. Hiyo si ile ODM sisi tulikuwa. And some of us who were in ODM initially, we moved out because of such nonsense. Unaona, na party inakufaga tu hivyo polepole polepole polepole. Saizi It's no longer the popular party that it used to be. Sahii ukiambia mtu hey, unataka tiketi ya ODM anakuangalia mara mbili bwana. Hey, mimi sitaki kupigwa na mawe ama kukatwa na panga bwana. I mean it's crazy. But sometimes it is the locals who do these things on behalf of the candidates. So violence is something that is going on in elections, and the National and Cohesion Commission chairperson, Engineer Philip Okundi, a man that I respect so much, should look at into these issues and address them and see how we can coexist when it comes to politics. I think a lot of civic education should be given to the people that this is not war, this is a representation. There'll always be a chance after 5 years to elect the person that you want. But each and every election cycle that we make it like a matter of life and death, then people will carry machetes and pangas to see their candidate go through. But why is it happening predominantly in Nyanza? So sometimes it is poverty. It is squarely on poverty. It is very, very easy to control the mind of somebody who doesn't have anything in their stomach. Yeah, mkae mkijua hivyo. Hii vita will only end. This war will only end. This war in the primaries will only end once the people are empowered. If the youths are empowered and they have got some money, they cannot be manipulated by politicians. The reason why we have bad leaders is because most of our taxes that are supposed to go for development end up in these leaders' pockets, and they use the same currency to manipulate the electoral process. You have seen the fight among the MPs to make sure that the CDF is in the constitution. Who gave them the mandate to pay school fees for your children? And then the MP comes and tells you that ninawapatia bursaries. Ni kama hiyo pesa ni yake, tumbafu. Hiyo pesa haiwezi kuwa yako bwana, hiyo si pesa yako, hiyo ni pesa yetu. Yeah, then they do a clerical job like wanawapatia ati basari ni kama hiyo pesa, and then you beg them ati mheshimiwa nisaidie na basari. Unambeg ya nini? Yeah, I mean that is not their work. Their work is the legislation and oversight, which parliament has been compromised. Even the candidates who are going to parliament, these ones who are vying for in this by elections, they will just be compromised. I said every other Kenyan, most of us have got a price tag on our heads. Hakuna Mkenya ule yani ana bei, wote wanaweza nunuliwa na wanaweza uza kura yao. So the people you vote for in to go in parliament, they can be compromised just the same way you've been compromised by 100 shillings, 50 shillings, 200, 1,000. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, how do we sort that this problem? This problem can only be sorted out when we have industries where youth can work, when youths are empowered and they know that it is their civic duty to go and elect a leader who will make sure that they have got the basic needs, good infrastructure, food security, good health care, and water, and good schools, and of course, industries. So if you have a leader who can even get for you maybe three of these things that I've mentioned, if you look at your county and you find that you're still fetching water in a river, know that governor is eating your money. If you still don't have tarmac roads, know that that governor is eating your money. If you still don't have, uh, if you still see the same secondary schools and primary schools that you found or you went to many years back, know that that governor or that MP is doing nothing with the constituency development fund that they are getting. If you see the same hospitals, no improvement, no ambulance, no medications on the counter, and no doctors, know that if you're still being served by a clinical officer in the district, know that you have a problem. You have a problem. If you're still lining up to get handouts during this political process, know that you are also a fool. Let me leave you with that. And for the people of Kasipul, good luck and see you in my next analysis as we break it down why IBC in Nyanza is already compromised. So, and I'll break it down and tell you why I feel that that particular the officers in Nyanza ought to be reshuffled. These guys have been there for too long. Forget about the guys who are appointed to come and conduct the elections. But the guys that you see every day walking into the governor's office, happy, and they work for IBC, those are the guys who have been in charge of the election. So if you are a Rocco Good Life, hoping that IBC will help you in 2020, in November 27, you must have a very good strategy, very very good strategy. And if I were you, I would really insist that the current officers in IBC Oma Bay or IBC Oyugis must be removed either a week to or 3 days to or 2 days to, and you get some people from a central province. Maybe that way you'll get a free and a fair process. Please, you'll thank me later. You'll thank me later for giving you that kind of advice. Nobody will give you that kind of advice. I mean, I've been there. I know that these people are crazy. So until next time, all right. See you and good morning.